For years, the entire space community has laughed at the lack of progress from Blue Origin, and it makes sense considering that it's been 2 decades since the company was started, yet they haven't even reached orbit yet. To make things even worse for Blue Origin, their direct competitor SpaceX has been making outstanding progress with their new Starship rocket. They just completed their first successful high-altitude test, and it's just a matter of time until they reach Mars at this point. But just when you thought that there was no coming back for Blue Origin, you won't believe what Jeff Bezos just pulled out of his back pocket. A few hours ago, Jeff Bezos tweeted that he has had enough, and that he just went ahead and bought NASA. Apparently, the seller was extremely reluctant, but Jeff was able to close the deal by making an offer they couldn't refuse. As we all know, NASA has been a money-losing company for basically their entire lifetime. Just last year, NASA's investors poured in $22.6 billion, and they didn't see a single penny in returns. In fact, throughout NASA's 69-year lifetime, investors have poured in $650 billion in total. Yet still, there has been no monetary return whatsoever. Thus, it's pretty clear that NASA is an endless money pit that is on the brink of bankruptcy. Given their financial state, even a valuation of $1 would give them an infinite PE ratio. Despite this though, Jeff Bezos came in and offered a solid $420 billion for the entire company. Rumors say that the bidding was intense and that Jeff Bezos only beat out the second highest bidder by a mere $500 billion. Now, you might be wondering, why in the world would Jeff Bezos buy such a money pit? Well, first of all, Jeff Bezos can cut off funding for SpaceX from NASA. But more importantly, Jeff Bezos is extremely experienced in the realm of running a money pit. After all, Amazon's retail business was unprofitable between 1994 and 2018. You see, Jeff's strategy is to outburn the competition. The idea is that if you burn enough money on offering unbelievably cheap services, one day there will be no competition left. At this point, you'll have so many customers that you can actually make the unbelievably cheap prices work. It's basically just economies of scale, but on Jeff's level. And it looks like Jeff is not wasting any time in implementing these new business fundamentals into NASA. You may have heard that NASA's new SLS rocket isn't the most economically friendly, as it is expected to cost $2 billion per launch. Meanwhile, Elon Musk is planning for Starship to just cost $2 million per launch. Many Elon Musk fanboys have been making memes about how SpaceX can launch 1,000 Starships for the price of just one SLS launch. Jeff Bezos has been watching that drama from the sidelines for quite some time, and he is determined to shut up the fanboys. Offering SLS for $1.5 or $1 million itself would have been sufficient. But Jeff Bezos really wanted to make a statement and give the middle finger to Elon Musk. So he went ahead and reduced the price of an SLS launch down to $69.420. Jeff Bezos went on to boast that an SLS launch could be had for the same price as Tesla short shorts. He was also not shy in pointing out that NASA could now complete over 28,000 SLS launches for the same price as just one Starship launch. After seeing this string of tweets from Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk fired back claiming that two people could play this game. Elon Musk asserted that SpaceX was not only going to reduce their launch price to $0, but they were going to actually pay customers $69.420 to conduct a launch. This way, commercial customers could go ahead and buy some Tesla short shorts right after the launch. At this point, Elon thought that he had decisively won the battle. But unfortunately, Jeff was expecting Elon to do this all along. Right after Elon fired back, Jeff pulled out his ace card. You see, NASA wasn't the only acquisition that Jeff had made. He had also bought the entirety of Toyota, Volkswagen, and General Motors. Now, you might be thinking that these purchases are worthless in fighting Tesla, as these guys are slow legacy automakers who are struggling to transition to electric. But here's the thing, Jeff Bezos has no intention of actually transitioning these automakers to electric. Rather, Jeff is simply trying to leverage the manufacturing power of these companies to squeeze Tesla. Electric vehicles have really gained popularity over the past several years as Tesla has continuously decreased the entry price of their EVs. As a result, the price of EVs and ICE vehicles has become more and more comparable, which has caused many to make the jump to EVs. Jeff Bezos, however, is looking to reintroduce the price cap between EVs and ICE vehicles. Jeff Bezos isn't quite offering vehicles for free, but he is making vehicles complimentary if you're a Prime member. This is awesome for the vast majority of people and will cut out a significant portion of Tesla's revenue. But what about the people who really value autonomous driving? Maybe they have a 1-hour commute to work every day, so they're willing to buy a Tesla due to its self-driving features. Well, Jeff Bezos has thought about this as well. On Twitter, Jeff Bezos admitted that he has no clue how self-driving works and that he has no intention of figuring it out either. Instead, he's offering a personal chauffeur along with each complimentary car to compensate for the lack of autonomous software. This eliminates the problem of getting people to buy a nice vehicle and the problem of autonomy. However, there is still one problem that Jeff Bezos is facing, which is manufacturing. Even with Toyota, Volkswagen, and General Motors, Jeff can only push out about 30 million cars per year. Considering that Amazon has 126 million Prime members just in the US alone, it'll take Amazon 4 years to produce enough cars for just their US Prime members. And that isn't even taking into account the recent influx of Prime members. Apparently, Amazon's Prime membership grew 15-fold after this announcement, so they're going to have to fulfill quite a few orders. In order to compensate for this influx, Jeff Bezos has opened the Amazon FBA program to all automotive manufacturers except Tesla. This includes crowd favorites like BMW, Mercedes, Rolls-Royce, and of course, Amazon Basics. Even with the help of these manufacturers though, it's going to take quite a while for Amazon to fulfill billions of automobile orders. Jeff Bezos does have a temporary solution for this as well, but his proposal has received a bit of mixed feedback. As we all know, Amazon has an extensive logistics business. Nowadays, Amazon is able to even offer 1-hour delivery in many places. Jeff Bezos hopes to leverage his immense logistics power to offer a new mode of transportation for his Prime members. We've all heard of public transportation and private transportation, but have you ever heard about Prime transportation? If you're willing to sit in a box and have a Prime membership, Jeff is willing to ship you anywhere in the world for free in less than 1 hour. Haters have suggested that this is dangerous and that we'll likely see a lot of concussions and broken body parts. But Jeff Bezos has promised that human packages will be handled just like fragile shipments. Jeff Bezos has also promised that international shipments will have an extremely smooth flight experience. Considering all of these stellar offerings from Amazon, it really does look like Elon Musk is trapped in a corner. Most of the major investors in SpaceX, as well as Tesla, have been dumping their stakes. Google, for instance, stated that they believe that the future of SpaceX is as blinding as Google Glass. Bill Gates weighed in suggesting that Amazon's entry into the transportation business is going to be worse than Microsoft's entry into smartphones. Those really are quite strong statements. Meanwhile, Michael Berry seems to be having a crummy day as well. He just cashed in on a 96% ROI on his Tesla short position, but he's disappointed as he could have squeezed out a bit more juice. He covered his short position when Tesla stock hovered at $25 a share. Since then, Tesla stock further dipped to $4.20 after Amazon announced Prime transportation. As for Amazon stock, they're not having the best of days either, but since Amazon has greater tangible assets than Tesla, they have held their value a bit better, stabilizing at $90 a share. Considering all of this, it was clear that the race between Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk was simply a race to the bottom. Whoever ran out of money first would lose the game, and the other would jack up prices and claim the entire market. Given that Jeff Bezos was in a much better financial position after their respective stock crashes, it seemed like Jeff Bezos had all but won the game. But this is when things would get a lot more intense. Surprisingly, Russia and China would decide to throw their hats in the game as well. Seeing that this was the perfect opportunity to take down NASA once and for all, Russia and China would join forces with Elon Musk. Meanwhile, seeing that this was now a political battle, the US, Europe, and Canada would back Jeff Bezos. For a few hours, it seemed like we were heading into a brand new space race centered on putting people on Mars. But 6 hours after the fiasco started, Edward Makuka Nicoloso would tweet a video confirming that Zambia had just landed humans on the surface of Mars. You see, while the US and Russia were distracted with the space shuttle and the International Space Station, Zambia never stopped trying to put people on Mars. And today, Zambia had won the race. Did you guys expect such a turn of events? Comment that down below. Also, drop a like if you guys are excited for the future of Zambia on Mars. And of course, consider joining our Discord community to suggest future video ideas, and consider subscribing to see more questions illogically conspired. But until then, I'm Hari, and I'll see you guys on the next one.